like, honestly, notify if we go live here in the future. Tim, you're going to love this one, sir. You're going to love it. Our boy at Hog NFL, really good follow over on X. Make sure you give him a follow. He tweeted this out. Jeff Halfley on Quay Walker, quote, I think Quay is playing at an elite level right now. And Hog went on to say, it's been an up and down journey, but it looks like 7 has arrived in year 4. So is that coach speak, or do you guys truly feel like PFF has got their thumb up their butt and Quay Walker is playing at an elite level?
I'm going to let everyone else go first on this one because you guys know how I feel about this.
I'll go first. I think he's playing much better, but I don't think he's playing at an elite level. When I hear elite, I think Fred Warner, right? Elite's as good as it gets, okay? I think he is somewhere between good and very good this year based off what I've seen. Still made mistakes, but, man, he seems like he's playing his best football to date for sure. Go ahead, Jacob. Emilio, what do you think?
I would like to maybe see us dive into a little more of what Reef is talking about, saying we need to blitz Quay. I don't know if it's necessarily we need to, but I know that he is pretty darn effective and scary when you try to stop that man from shooting the gap and using all of that that athleticism that he has. I mean, that's a big dude coming with a big head of steam. I would have liked to see Cooper do some more blitzing this year. Doesn't really seem like he's as aggressive, or maybe they're not using him in the certain way that we're kind of been used to. But man, when I watch Quay start blitzing, it gets me pretty excited. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I love Quay. I know Tim's ride or die for him, been supporting Quay the whole time too. It's like I know they've been on him. I know it hasn't been perfect. He's gone through some stuff, but the dude is he's a freak athletically. Like Halfley's saying, his mentals are on another level right now. He's able to coordinate with the DBs, with the D line. Everything is coming out from Halfley's mind and is coming out onto the field because of Quay being able to get it all out there. So I'm just glad that's starting to really take off. And then maybe, you have a little bit more speed on your side. You don't have to worry about it. You, like we talked about for a while, his holster, like what does he have in his holster? All right, now he's got a quick draw on his left side. Like, I love that for him because then he can be himself. And look, he's able to blitz because he feels like he's got somebody back there that can cover for him.
I think it's a great point. And Tim, here's the stats. Here's the stats, sir. Edgerrin Cooper has more snaps than Quay. So when we go to a rare dime look, they pull Quay off the field, keep Coop out there. I don't think anybody would argue that's probably the right thing to do, right? However, when you look at the stats here, man, they blitz Quay 5 more times, only 5 more times than Edgerrin. And look at the difference in pressure percentage, guys. 24.2% pressure rate when they blitz Quay. Edgerrin Cooper only 14.3% this year. So Quay, man, Tim, it kind of feels like Quay, he might be another Micah Parsons-like player where he's a better pass rusher than he is a stack backer, man.
It's almost like somebody went back and watched some Georgia Bulldog tape on Quay Walker.
Right.
I feel like Coach Half might have, locked himself in the film room with a 12-pack of Daddy Sodas and just watched some college tape on Quay because I feel like he's really coming into his own. The experience factor we talked about, like Emilio's point, being the green dot, being having a full grasp of this defense and what the checks and calls are between the secondary and the front. We've seen that multiple times. Late in the play clock, we've seen Quay make adjustments to the technique on the line, and it worked to our advantage. And we've seen Quay, Mike Fire. We've seen him blitz off the edge. We've seen him, touch spy. He looks closer to how he looked on tape, in his sophomore and junior year at Georgia. And I think it's benefiting us right now. And, to Emilio's point, man, you can really cut this guy loose when you can trust your safeties behind you for sure.
Yeah. And when you look at the stats, guys, again, and I love what Drew says, a lot of people thought Quay should be a pass rusher. I remember that being the talk, right? Like he skyrocketed up draft boards like 48 hours before the draft, and it was because he can rush the passer, he can play stack backer, elite athleticism. He's got the frame you want in a mock backer as well. He's that perfect mold of, all right, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to rush the quarterback? You want him to play stack backer, right? Yep. But when you look at the stats here, Tim, again, it's worth mentioning, Edgerrin Cooper has gotten more snaps than Quay, yet he still leads in tackles for the team, 59. That's 10 more than Edgerrin Cooper. Okay. He also leads in stops. That's 29 stops to Edgerrin Cooper's 26. This isn't to say that Edgerrin Cooper isn't a good football player. We know he's a great football player, great young stud. He's going to be an excellent player for a long time for the Packers. Yeah. This is the kind of year when you look at PFF, it shows Quay's struggling still. He's better, but he's still struggling. But then you look at these numbers and go, hold up a minute. How are you grading Edgerrin Cooper so much higher? Yet Quay is beating him in every statistical category other than hustle plays, right? Cooper's got 10 and Quay's got 6. That could be a little schematics playing into that a little bit. He's also got 1.5 sacks and 10% higher pressure rate when you do blitz him as well. Now, the only downfall there is obviously the passer rating when targeted is a 115.6. Edgerrin Cooper's a 99.6. So a little bit worse in pass coverage. But like we're saying, Quay's an attacking linebacker. That's essentially what you've got here. So if you use him more like that, I think he's going to continue to improve. I just thought this was really, really fascinating, man. And again, it's why we look at PFF, we look at NFL Pro, we watch the tape. To me, the tape, if I had to grade Quay's tape this year, I would say B-, right? When you look at the stats on NFL Pro, you would say A. Yeah. But you look at the PFF grade and you'd say C, maybe C+, right? So when you take all that and throw it into, one big bundle, Quay's having his best year to date, So
can I just say one more thing about Quay before we move on? I just wanted to say one more thing.
Pay that man his money.
Jacob knew it was coming. Emilio, Jacob, y'all got anything else to add on Quay? I thought that was really, really interesting.
Yeah, dog. Glad we have him. We needed him. We need that speed. The speed on your defense comes from the middle of the field, and we have 2 freaks right there. I don't know where we'd be right now without Quay. It'd be a lot on Coop's plate. You need to be trusting Hopper. I love McDuffie, but it's just not just a different kind of athlete.
Yeah, I was going to say McDuffie's numbers look pretty good too. Go ahead, Jake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I like what Holmes said. He says, Quay is a dog. I don't like to compare to these legacy name-known players. Quay is one of the most instrumental off-ball backers in the league, in my opinion. I like the way he's progressed in his game. I like the way that, we talked about earlier, if we could maybe unlock another aspect of his game when they have to worry about him coming off the edge or coming through the middle, maybe freeing up guys like Wyatt when he comes back, obviously Parsons and Gary on the edge there. It's going to be another feather to put in your cap and say, who are we going to focus on right here? And then one other just fun story. The Vikings game has started. I did not know it, but Aaron Jones is back in the lineup. He's now playing his only 3rd game of the season, so I'm pulling for him tonight.
And right as you said that, I look on the screen and Carson Wentz is peeling himself up off the turf too. He just got
yeah, he did. Oh, wow.
Built ass.
Finish it, Tim. Give me a rest. All right. So there you go. There's your Quay Walker talk. We'll wrap up with just a quick little preview. I want to see where the betting line is on this game. Packers Steelers coming up Sunday night. And it looks like everything opened up here. Yeah, go Chargers. You got that right, sir. You got that right. Let me widen this out just a touch so we can lower it down. All right, here we go. So as it sits right now, going into this game, the Packers are 3-point favorites, okay? The market's got us as 3-point favorites. PFF has it closer than that at 2.6. Okay, so this is going to be one of those. It's just going to be a hell of a ball game, and I cannot wait, dude. It's going to be absolutely awesome. They're calling for 56 degrees and overcast. Now, I haven't seen anything about the wind report. We'll keep our eye on that, obviously. The overall rank here, the Packers are 4th according to PFF. The Steelers are 16th. Defensively, the Packers are 15th. The Steelers are 16th. Offensively, the Packers are 4th. The Steelers are 10th. And in strength of schedule played so far, the Packers have played the 24th toughest schedule, and the Steelers have played the 31st toughest schedule. So, again, you see the Steelers' record of 4-2 there. You think off to a good start. PFF is suggesting they played a pretty weak opponent, up to this point, right? And that's constantly changing as you go through the season, obviously. So, average snaps, the Packers are averaging 65 snaps a game. Steelers only averaging 57. The Packers are throwing the ball 57% of the time. The Steelers are throwing it 58% of the time. EPA per run, the Steelers are slightly better at minus 0.04. The Packers are at minus 0.06. And EPA per pass, the Packers run away with it here at a positive 0.27. The Steelers are at a positive 0.13. The quarterback matchup, Emilio, Jordan Love, 78.6 on the year, Aaron Rodgers is a 64.3 passer rating when clean. Jordan Love 133.5, Aaron Rodgers 114.9. Under pressure, Jordan Love 38.1. Look at Aaron Rodgers 72.5 Emilio under pressure. He's still got it, man. You blitz Aaron, he's going to make you pay. Bring a 4-man rush. Show is again. I want to see 2-man under from time to time and make him thread the needle on those back shoulder throws. Is kind of what it feels like on the surface. What do you think, Emilio?
Yep.
How you feel about this, man?
Definitely. Good matchup. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a chess match, a shootout, whatever it needs to be. But I think we got to be careful. Like you said, pressuring Rodgers. That's why you paid Micah to get pressure with 4. I think that we can do that, no problem. And I think that in that same vein, they're going to be in 12 a lot. They're going to be in 13 a lot. We'll pull up some of those numbers for tomorrow. But we've got a good chance against them. You keep the ball. I think we run some more plays than them, work the clock. It's going to be cold, right? 45 degrees, going to start being those cold night games. Hits are going to feel a little different. And, we just got to be ready it's going to be a difficult environment. They're going to be spinning their towels and all that stuff. So they better be ready. And my biggest worry right now is honestly our snap count for offense. That and pre-snap penalties need to be squared away this game, or else it could be long.
Yeah, Tim, it's going to be rowdy up there, man. At Acrisure.
Terrible towels will be out for sure.
And dude, they're sitting at 4-2. It's going to be rowdy.
That's why I put a lot of emphasis on the defense. I mean, look at the metrics. 15th against 16th here. I think we've seen Pittsburgh's play lights out at times this year, and then we've seen them give up a bunch of points. And we've seen the same thing with our defense. We played pretty close to lights out, and we also gave up a 40 burger to Dallas. Things happen. I think it's going to be a matter of whose defense shows up and makes the fewest mistakes, makes the most plays. I think it's going to be a one-possession game, come down to the wire, get ready to stay up late. I don't think you're going to see a boat race in either direction. I feel like these teams are maybe a little bit more evenly matched than even some of these metrics would let you believe here. And even just looking at PFF, Aaron Rodgers grading out at a 64.3 is insane to me. I've seen enough tape on Aaron this year to think that he should be probably graded a little higher. So when it comes to your quarterback battle, I'm anticipating great performances from both of those guys. I think it's going to, come down to who plays better defense, honestly. And I'm with you. You want to pressure Aaron in a very controlled and limited fashion, hopefully not sending 5 or 6. However, I do think you can blitz him on occasion if you maintain your edge and you don't let him, squeak out of there and roll left or right and extend these plays. So it's going to be on the defense, in my opinion, for this one.
Yeah, Holmes asked, the Steelers are 3.5-point dogs. No, it depends on where you get it at. The PFF is showing the market currently at 3. It opened at 3.5 and it's now shifted to 3. But again, their metrics have it at 2.6 point underdogs. So I would say it's 3 right now, Holmes. But again, you could probably find it at 3.5. You could possibly even tease it to 4 if you want to put action on that. So Jacob, what's your thought on this, man, as we wrap up, bro?
Yeah, I think that this comes down to this is a game of narratives. And if you talk to Matt LaFleur or anybody in that Packers coaching organization, they're going to tell you that this game is only just another game. It doesn't mean a lot. And in certain aspects, I think that's what they have to say, because that's the way that you get you guys ready. Underneath the surface, if you take a look at it, there's a lot on the line in this game. There's bragging rights. There's whether or not Jordan Love measures up to the Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you know this, but it's the first time that Micah Parsons will ever play in this stadium in his career. He was actually hurt the last time that he went to Pittsburgh. So he actually did play when it was his senior year in college. He actually had play in the stadium, but he was really excited to play for the first time under the bright lights Sunday night game, officially for his first suited up and healthy game. Rodgers has a chance to be one of, 5 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL to beat all 32 teams. You can't just tell me this is another game. There is a lot on the line here, a lot of bragging rights, a lot of ego. Obviously, the two teams are going to be fighting for it. The Packers to stay ahead on the NFC, the Steelers to really probably take a step forward. If anybody else loses, they could be right up there in the top 3, if not the top 2 seed in that AFC as well. It's going to be a brutal. I hope it's going to be a brutal, kind of hard-nosed, old-school Pittsburgh versus Green Bay, cold weather, night game. I'm getting John Gruden just thinking about it. It really does. it's just really like if you're a fan of football, this is exactly the type of football game that I have wanted to watch for years now. It's emotional on both sides of it, especially for me. I still have a soft spot in my heart, always will, for Rodgers. I want him to do well, just not that well maybe on Sunday night.
Yeah, and I will say this. I'm glad you bring that up because obviously Micah played at Penn State, okay? Mm-hmm. He grew up in Harrisburg, if I remember correctly, which is closer to Philly than Pittsburgh, but he is kind of going home, right? So that's really, really exciting stuff there. I guarantee you he'll be amped up to play the Philadelphia Eagles as well. But although I do think he grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, if I understood correctly. But yeah, he's from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So it's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be, like you said, a lot of stuff on the line for sure. Mm-hmm. Speaking of on the line, go ahead, Amelia. You got anything or no?
No, I did look real quick at this is per Sumer Sports, but they're right around 47%, 46, 47% in 12 personnel. So they're double tight ends a lot. They're in 13 personnel, almost 16%, and they're in 11 personnel about like 34%, 33, 34%. So they're heavy. They're heavy, and I'm pretty sure they also bring in an extra O lineman. So I think it's going to be a big D line game for our front four, and again, rotational inside depth. Where are we at? You don't have LVN. I think Eningbari is going to have to step up. I think it'll be a little bit more in the trenches than just the quarterback battle itself.
Dude, Darnell Washington is a massive target, and he is just a brute. It's fun watching him play.
It is. He's slower than molasses, but he's a big tight end, man. He might as well be an offensive lineman. Yeah.
I mean, and look at DK. I mean, they're basically in 12 all the time, even if they're not. I mean, He's a gigantic, ginormous, fast, powerful receiver. So we got to be on the ball for sure.
It kind of explains, right, why Devontae Wyatt, they're trying to give him every opportunity to get him back in the lineup too, because you're going to be a little lighter there. But again, keep Brinson active. Get Wyatt back. You know what I mean? Beef up in the middle. Because when they go to that 13 personnel, Emilio, the question is going to be, do you stay in your base 4-3 or do you go to some kind of 4-4 look, right? I know the box is going to be loaded, and Aaron going to be licking his chops. There's for sure, man.
Well, I know this is for sure.
Scared money don't make money.
Got that right, Coach. You kidding me, man? Unbelievable. All right, Tim, speaking of that, scared money don't make money. Actually, it's a horrible segue. Tell them
about Nobody's scared. We made our donation yesterday, so you guys can do it too. OperationHorsesHeal.org/how can I help. You guys know we teamed up with Operation Horses Heal for the whole month of October, helping raise money for a truck and horse trailer for this awesome group and charity that's bringing life-changing horse-assisted programs to veterans. So they have a great place in Westboro, Wisconsin, where veterans and active duty service members and their families can come and get in on some of this equine therapy, self-guided wellness journey. But they want to be able to bring these horses directly to these veterans events. So we're trying to raise some funds to help them get a trailer and a truck. Every donation is your entry into the contest to win an autographed Romeo Dobbs jersey. So please scan that QR code in the upper right corner or go to OperationHorsesHeal.org/how can I help to make your donation. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And another easy way to find that, guys, go to my Twitter account at Packers_access. There's a tweet pinned at the top of the page. You'll see it's Tim's tweet. You click there, you get the link easily to get to. You can do it from your phone, from your PC, wherever you're at, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's an
You'll
easy
see some of Bates's tweets out there too. He's been doing a great job of promoting this with us as well. We appreciate that.
And listen, if you don't have anything to donate, I understand, man. I've been there, got the T-shirt. Feel free to spread the word. Just share that link out. That way other people are more aware of OperationHorsesHeal.org. We're excited about partnering up with them. So that being said, we're out of here, guys. Let's go watch the Vikings get their ass kicked. That's the goal here, all right? Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hit like, hit subscribe, click that bell icon on your way out. That way you're notified when we go live here in the future. We'll be back tomorrow, most likely. I'll let you guys know, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live, and we'll continue to break down Packers-Steelers matchup coming up Sunday night. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Here we go. We're out.
Bye, guys.